How y'all doing today? Please check in. Let me know where you are. Let's do numbers. I got this from my husband's group, but check in with me. Please let me know where you are, 1 to 10. Hey, how you
Hey,
doing?
how you doing?
Good, good. So I'm excited. I was just I normally do like check-ins with everybody, like in the beginning, like asking them how their week was or what their number is. So I just ask people to do that. I know we got a few viewers, but what's your number today? From 1 to 10, 10 being great, one being
Yeah.
not where it's at.
Nah, other than the weather, today is about a 7. It ain't bad.
Okay,
It ain't bad. Yeah.
that's good. That's good. I think I'm about the same. I'm about the same because what I do, I'm considered essential, so I had to go to work regardless.
Regardless.
Ain't no school today.
Right, right. I know about that. Well, used to anyway. How is it out there? It's still a little bad.
So or you might not know, I'm in Ohio, so we got probably like a few inches, but it rained, so it kind of like melted all of it
Okay.
away. So it was fine. But the mere fact that the temperature dropped, you just like, I don't want to leave the house.
Yeah. And it's cold here in New Jersey, and it's real rainy right now. So.
Oh, yeah. But you know what? I ain't gonna complain because it ain't that bad. So
Right.
but thank y'all for tapping in. Just let us know where you are, 1 to 10, 10 being great, one being okay. But I am going to go ahead and dive in and get started as people are doing that. So thank you so much for saying yes, being down to join me on the friend session. For those of you that are new, friend session is just an opportunity for us to discuss a lot of the things that we are going to free ourselves of, whether it's emotionally, physically, spiritually, just because we're in a new year, also because we're supposed to be growing. You know, you don't want to be complacent. You want to be in a position in your life where you're continuing to grow, to go to new levels, to try new things. So in order to do that, you have to self-assess. You have to know where you are.
Right.
You have to know what your needs are, what you should work on. So that's what this freeing session is. And I'm so grateful we done got to the end of the month. So people just have been continuing to say yes and joining me. So I'm super excited about that. So super excited to have you. I will let you go ahead and introduce yourself, talk about your business, and then we'll just dive right in.
I'm Benita. I'm known as Nita Strong, and my business is Nita Strong. And I started this business from the story of me being in an accident, and I guess we'll get into that,
Yes.
as the story goes. But
Tell
I
them where they
believe,
can purchase your stuff too, like your page and all that
yes,
stuff.
they can purchase it through me. As you look at my page, you see that I have the different merchandise on there, so you could just DM me. I don't have any links or anything right now, but when you DM me, and then I get your information, and we can do Cash App, uh, Venmo, Zelle, or if you live somewhere close in New Jersey, I can deliver it to you. But if not, then I can mail it to you, and it's not free shipping. But you can find it on my page, and then I can make sure it definitely gets to you.
Awesome. Awesome. Over. Oh, shout out your page too, real quick, because I'll forget.
Danita underscore Applebaum. That's my personal page. And then we also have Nita Strong and NITASTRONG. And that's my business page. Real easy. And then you can go on either one of those two pages and purchase anything, or just check up and see what's going on, and check out the vibes and see how everything's going.
Definitely enjoy her page. I think anytime I see something and it definitely ministers to me, I tell her like, love that, stealing that, borrowing that. So definitely
Thank
follow
you.
her for that
Thank you.
encouraging word. And before we dive into questions, I just wanted to see about the numbers. I know we got a few. Lily said 10. Okay, I'm trying to get on her level. I think it's Eslo
It's
says
0.
0. That's not good. Hopefully we got some encouraging words to get you up past
For
0.
sure. For
at least,
sure.
at least at a 5. At
Yeah.
five, I can
I seen
handle.
that. I seen that.
5 is is good. Hopefully we can still boost
Right.
that because I like people to be at a 7.
Yeah,
You know, if you're around me, I want you to be up there at a
for
7 with
sure,
me. So,
for sure.
so hopefully we got some encouraging words to lift your spirits today a
Um,
little bit. So, the first question is, what are you freeing yourself of? And of course, feel free, dive into your story however you want to map it out. But what would you say that you are freeing yourself of going into this new season of your life?
well, probably a lot of people may not know, or the people close to me know. I'm freeing myself of the self doubt and the lack of confidence that I actually have in myself. Um, I've always lacked that confidence, and people may not know because how I carry myself. But for some reason, it just doesn't click for me. Everybody say how good I'm doing or what I'm doing, and always congratulating me and bigging me up, and I'm always like, nah, I'm not. Nah, it's not. Or no, I'm not this. Or no, I'm not that.
Mm-hmm.
So this year I'm on something new. I'm like, you know what? It's something different. I'm better. I'm bigger. I've came a
Mm-hmm.
long way.
Mm-hmm.
There's I'm
Absolutely.
unstoppable right now, and I'm not saying that in a cocky way. I'm saying that in a
Yeah.
in a blessed, humble way.
Confident.
Everything that
Yeah.
I've been through,
Mm-hmm.
that it's no reason that I should even have any self doubt, any lack
Mm.
of confidence or anything. So that's what I'm on in 2023. Is just loving myself and picking myself up. If I don't do it, who will? But
Absolutely.
that's what I'm on right now.
I love that. And it's so funny. Like, God is so awesome to me because he connects things and people at different times. And as you were saying, freeing yourself of self doubt and loving on yourself, like that's my next event. It's called Loving on Me. So I'll be doing just an event that spearheads like mental health
Mm,
with a psychologist, physical health with someone who specializes in that, and then spiritual health with someone who specializes in ministry, that sort of thing. But really just an encouraging event to help us like with those things, because mainly that's it, that
right,
all of those
right.
things make up a person.
Yes, yes.
So that is the next event. It's gonna be on Friday, February 10th. I'm working on that flyer. But
All right, all right.
yeah, the self-love is so important, and that's the reason I started Me First, because especially as women, like you see moms, you see grandmoms, got your kids, you got yourself, you got your job, you
Right.
might have two jobs, and then it's like, where's the self-love? We struggle with
Yes,
balancing
we do.
and finding time for
Yes, we
ourselves and
do.
our own schedules
Yes,
because
we
we're
do.
caregivers, because we're
Yes,
caretakers, so that's why I designed this, just a free, safe place for people to come and just be encouraged, to encourage each other, love on each
right.
other, and just dedicate that necessary time to self. Even if you don't have anything you're doing, I'll have different events to help people, whatever you feel like your need is. That's the whole goal of Me
I
First.
like
But
that. I,
that was
I
just
like
a
that.
sideline plug because of what you were saying. But I think that's something too that's not talked about. Self doubt is not talked about a lot,
Yes.
because it's something too that we internalize. If we're dealing with something, we don't always talk about it. We don't always ask if we need help.
Right.
And my husband reminded me of a quote saying, the person that works the hardest is someone that doesn't ask for help. So just remember, there's someone that it helps them by helping you.
Right.
So
Right. I
yeah.
like that. I like that.
So the next question is, what have you started to do so far to work towards that goal, towards loving on yourself more?
Well, when I was in prison, I had a book. It was called a 21-day self-love workbook for women. So someone had mailed me that book, and we started this together. And in those 21 days, it's just showing every day is just a little chapter, about 3-4 pages, and it's building you up, and it's giving little different projects in there, or just saying these little things to do, and it's supposed to build you up, and it makes you think. So when I was away, I had read that, and it really changed my perspective on a lot of things. So I've been home for over about a year and a half now,
Awesome.
and I felt myself slipping. Like, when you
Mm-hmm.
get back here into life, life just throws a lot of things at you.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, you know what? the things that I'm going through and what I'm doing, this can't be loving myself. This isn't love, because this is torture.
Mhm.
It has to be torture. So then
Mhm.
we get back into myself. And so I
Mhm.
started reading a book again. I started doing
Okay.
that, every morning. And I also have a ritual that I do every morning. That's why I wake up so early. So I'm back on that, reading a book, and just getting back into that 21 days. And within that 21 days, it'll change my perspective back again. And it also makes me think about the difference when I was my mindset when I was in prison, and now that I'm outside and back in the
Mhm.
world. So like, this was my thought process then, like this is now, like, did I grow? Because I still have things that I have written down, in that book prior. So I'm
Yeah.
seeing where I grew at, or where I still
Mhm.
remain the same at. So it's
Yeah.
kind of interesting that I'm doing that, and I enjoy it. I enjoy it. So that's what I'm
That's
doing. That's what I'm doing.
That's awesome. I like that because I love journaling. I'm a firm believer because, in a sense, it kind of sounds like that. But yeah, it's like a reflection of where you were and where you're going to, because it's like now that you're revisiting it, it's like the person that you are now has grown, has experienced
Yeah.
more, is learning more. So I love that whole reviewing old things that we wrote down. Maybe it was a dream, maybe it was a goal, maybe it's something we were
Mm-hmm.
struggling with, just seeing where we
Mm-hmm.
were. And it's a reminder of where you're going.
Right.
So
That's what it is.
I love that.
And I also
Um,
got I also have a little board that I write down, quotes on there, every day or every week. But it's remained the same for a while now, because everything that I have up there is just it's just it gives it just gives this total confidence. Like, I have on there, like, I'm unstoppable. I can. I will. I I am. It's just like so many different things. So I keep that board up, and I look at that board every morning, like, before I get out of bed. It's just a reminder, like, I can, I will, I am. And I got my quotes on there. I also did a vision board this year. So I have, like, a lot of these different things that I'm just surrounding myself, just in my room, in my spot, that just shows me where I want to be, where I'm trying to go, and who I am. Like, who I am. Like, I am somebody. Like, I can do this. I will do this. And that's the vibes that I'm on right now. So.
Absolutely. I love that. I'm visual, so I
Hmm.
like to see stuff. So I love the vision board because it's interesting. Like, it's not even interesting, it's amazing when you start to see the things come to life, because we can cut out
Right.
pictures, we can draw stuff on
Right.
there, we can
Right.
write stuff on there. But when it starts to come to life, it's just a reflection of, for me, just God being with me the whole time,
Mhm.
because sometimes, like, I admitted before in a past life, like, I did life by myself. Like, I thought that I was by myself. Like,
Mhm.
I thought I was alone. I thought that no one else experienced what I
Mhm.
experienced, and it's all a
Mhm.
trick, it's all a trick. But when I realized, like, all I had to do was just say, listen, God, like, whatever you had me to do, I'm going to do. Just opening up my life to Him and making a decision to just every day do something towards what I want. Not giving myself that perfection thing where, like, I got to do all of this
Right.
today,
Right.
like,
Right.
but, giving myself grace, giving myself time to process things, plan things, write things out, but then also do the action, because you don't want to get stuck in the
Right.
planning. You want it to grow, you want it to manifest. So you got to start to operate in it. So, but my operation in it is day by day,
Right.
day by day.
One step
So
at a time.
absolutely. Yep.
Okay.
So I love that. What else was I going to say? Oh, you should add to your board. I know you said I can, I will, and I must
I
today.
must. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got. I can. I am. I will. And I must. I will add that. I
Yeah.
will. I will put that on there. Okay. I like it.
Yeah. Because that was something that I learned not too long ago. Someone made us do like a
Mhm.
mantra, and that's what it was. It was I can, I will, I must. And I was like, I like that must,
Like,
because the
yeah.
must is like
You going to
you
do
got
it?
you
Like,
got
it's a must do. Right. I like that.
so
I
I
sure
love
will.
that. Okay, let's see. So the last question is, I guess, kind of tapping into like what we were already saying, which was your mantra? Like, what is your positive thought that you continue to remind yourself of, especially when, because we're human, so we have days. So what is something that you like continue to remind yourself of and take captive in your mind to push you every single day?
Um, well, that I can, I will, and I am. That's what I pretty much go by on an everyday basis. Unfortunately, I don't work right now, so
Mhm.
I have a lot of free time, so to say.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
it's different things that I'm working on. I'm working on a book, and then I still have my Need is Strong and different things like that. So it's it's no reason that I shouldn't be able to do these different things and make these things happen for
Mhm.
myself. So with that being said, is like I have this quote. Um, what it says is excuses are tools of the incompetent, which leads to the monument of nothingness.
Yes.
And I have no excuses. There's like,
Mhm.
why didn't you do this, Anita? There's no excuse. I have no
Mhm.
excuse. I,
Love that.
so that's what I'm pretty much on. Like I don't want to give myself excuses for no reason. Like it's not perfect. Like I'm not going to every day just do something. Like it's not every day is not one of those days. But if it's 7 days of the week, I want to at least give myself at least 5, and then rest on the weekends like I like it's a job. Like it's like
Absolutely.
a job. So that's pretty much what I'm going on, and just remaining positive and keeping anything negative or any distractions away from what I'm trying to do, because the devil will attack. The better you get, the harder he comes.
Mhm.
So
New level,
I,
new devil.
I feel like right now I must be doing a pretty good job, because the
Mhm.
things that just seems like is attacking me. So I must be doing a good job, but I'm keeping a strong head, and
Mhm.
I'm trying to remain positive, and I'm always remaining faithful. So that's
Absolutely.
that's a must. So, and that's pretty much what gets me through on a daily basis. I wake up, I pray, I pray, I read, I just try to do different things to already start my day in a grateful mindset.
Mhm.
I send my messages to my friends, good morning. Like, I mean that, like, cause you wake up as a blessing. Somebody didn't wake up this morning.
That's a fact.
And
I think that was something that was definitely more like more common, especially because of COVID. And we heard about COVID, but we didn't think it was going to be like how it was. So, just seeing people that you love and that just not here the next day. You talk to them in the last week and then they're not here the
right,
next week. So that whole appreciation for every day, like I feel you on that because there is someone that wish they had that opportunity. It's someone that wish that they had that more time with their family members or with their friends or whoever.
right.
So that element of time, I so appreciate. And I know life is hard, like, and we have our challenges, but definitely just to everybody watching, I just pray you have an outlet. Whether it is journaling, whether it is like meditation, working out, you need an outlet because if you don't have one, you burn out, you
You do,
know?
you do.
So definitely wanted to say that. So if you wanted to, completely up to you, if you wanted to share more of your story, if you had anything else that you wanted to share, definitely do, because those were all the plan questions I had. But if you have anything else you want to share,
Yes, I don't mind
floor is yours.
sharing my story. We might have a few different audience. So I guess I'll reintroduce myself. My name is Danita Hamilton. I'm from New Jersey. And what happened to me was I was in a car accident in 2017, which led me to be this, I'm not going to say disabled because I'm not disabled. I'm continuing to get better. It just led me into a position to where I'm not at my normal
Mm-hmm.
self, so to say.
Mm-hmm.
So my spleen was ruptured. I had a collapsed lung, and I broke both legs from the femur to the tibia. Everything was broken from just missed the hip spot inch from the hips down. from the femur down. So we had to go through 33 operations in order to determine, like, what we were going to do. So they end up taking all the bone out of both of my legs, and they gave me metal. They replaced every bone with metal. So now I still have my legs.
Mhm.
It's not prosthetic. I still have my legs. However, there's no bone. It's just a long metal piece with uh, a prosthetic knees on both knees. So I had to learn how to walk all over again with that. And in between time, in the meantime, I had a little snowball thrown in there, and someone actually passed away. So with that happening, um, we had to go to court, and I ended up going to prison for violation of public health and safety. So I had to serve prison time while being in that situation that I was in. So that was this has been a tough 5 years, um, and we're talking about breaking free and everything like that. And that part of my life took a toll. That part took a toll on my life, mentally, physically, emotionally. Because I'm not a person that I'm not even gonna act like it. I'm not even a person that's built for prison. I'm scared to get detention in high school. So I'm not even built like that.
Mhm.
But that was just something that came, in a way. But now that I look at it in hindsight, it's like it was a blessing in disguise. Because at one point I was like, God, why are you doing this to me? Like, what did I do wrong, or who did I do wrong? Like, what has happened? Like, is this karma? Like, maybe this was meant. But it's a lot of things that I know I want to do now that I'm actually doing. Like, I always wanted to write a book. I always wanted to talk and motivate people. How was I ever going to do that? I have no clue. But I always wanted to be that person on TV doing maybe like red carpet and, like, just talking or interviewing or just
Yeah.
writing for Vibe Mag. Like, I always wanted to be in that
Mhm.
that type of element. And this is pretty
Okay.
much slowly, like, in that element. I'm helping people. I'm getting to talk to people. I'm writing my book. I'm encouraging people, and that's something that I always wanted to do.
Mhm.
So I didn't know that having to be in this situation would have made that, because if that would have been told to me, I would have been like, I'm not losing my independence while I can't work and go to prison to tell me that I'm going to be able to write a book and
Mhm.
encourage others. Like, that would have been like, no, I don't want the job.
Right.
I'm
Right.
not doing it,
Right. Yeah.
but that's, in a nutshell, that's pretty much what happened. And it changed my life. And it actually changed my life for the better, because I have a totally different mindset as far as just something, as little as forgiving someone. Like, when we're mad at someone, and it's like I'm never going to forgive them. This is done, like, forever. You just, you know
Mhm.
when when that person passed away, and I remember how I felt when I wanted this family to forgive me so much, because I was just, like, so remorseful, like, because I would never, do something to someone like that.
Mhm.
Excuse me, I would never do something like that. And I'm like, all I want is like forgiveness. And now,
Mhm.
if someone does something to me, my mindset is different. It's like, it happened. Like, it's okay. I forgive you. I might don't have to deal with you, but I forgive you, because now I know in the back of my mind, I don't know if this family forgives me or not. I don't know if they ever see anything that I have, but I've always wanted their forgiveness. But now,
Yeah.
like, that's my mindset. Like, I feel like people deserve forgiveness, or a second chance,
Mhm.
and just to prove their self, or just to show, like, who they really are. Because that wasn't me. That just happened to be the situation. And that's why, like, like I said, my mindset is different now, especially different now from, 5 years ago, with just self-love and the confidence and forgiveness. Like those are a lot of things that I had tend to that grew for me over these last years, because I did have to learn to, self love, because being in this situation, I'm not even going to lie to you. Like I had a lot of thoughts like, who's going to love me now? Like nobody. I like,
Mm-hmm.
ain't nobody checking for nobody in no cane. Ain't nobody checking for nobody in no wheelchair. Like like that was like, oh my God, am I? I have a mental that just goes for like, oh my God, like
Mm-hmm.
who, like, am I going to die alone? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
But it,
yeah.
being in this situation has, taken a toll on me. But now
Mm-hmm.
it's like, you know what? I'm loving myself,
Yeah,
and I love myself enough that that's fine. And then when somebody else comes to love me, I already know what love I'm going to want, what love I'm going to need,
I love
because
it.
I love myself like that. So
I love
I'm gonna need that reciprocated, pretty
it.
much.
Absolutely.
So that's pretty much.
Wow. I just really wanna I'm a crybaby, so I get emotional when I get passionate. So you be like, I just seen this girl for the first time, she cried. I ain't gonna cry
I
though.
felt mine
But
coming. I'm not going.
I
I
just
felt it
wanna
coming.
thank you for your transparency and for sharing your story, because that, just like I text you, there's so much value in your story. You know what I mean? Everything that you mentioned, everything that you said, um, regardless of what each person has been through, we all can relate, and we all can feel the words and the things that you were saying because of things that we've been through in our own lives. So thank you just for
You're
being
welcome.
willing to share and being honest and open, because I absolutely know that someone got something from this, and that someone is taking away something from something that you share. So never stop telling your story. Never stop sharing that bio.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely, absolutely.
never stop telling people everything that makes you Danita. Like, never stop, because everything that you went through was for a divine purpose, for a purpose that's even bigger than you. I can just see you in different arenas, speaking to different people, traveling because of, we have a word that we say in my book club called Godfidence. So it's like,
Okay.
I just see that all over you, because you have such a light about yourself, and you bring so much positivity and joy in spite of the things that you've been
Thank
through.
you.
So I just see you going different levels, girl, and just let this continue to be the thing that reminds you of that. This ain't it. It's bigger for you.
I
So
appreciate that. I appreciate it.
absolutely. And when you were talking about you didn't know what to call what you went through, I was thinking connector. It connected you to your purpose. It connected you to writing that
Right,
book. You know what I mean? It just connected you to the things that are
right,
next. You're
right.
next. So
I like that.
I ain't gonna get all
Thank
preachy on
you.
you, girl, but
Thank
listen,
you. Take them to church. Take them to church.
I just
I
wanted
appreciate
to shine a light on that and just let you know that your story is amazing, and it blessed me and it helped me, because I also deal with, we all deal with that whole self
it.
doubt, or like you were talking about with the cane, like we all deal with some form of self doubt, of inadequacy, so to speak. And the fact that you gave us a roadmap for the journey of getting back to self love, getting back to loving on yourself, reminding yourself, and then setting the tone for love when you do meet that person that is for you. So
That's what it
that was
is.
awesome.
Thank you.
And somebody shared something. I don't know if you wanted to speak to them on that. It was a long post by somebody, Stacks.
Can you go back? Oh, I see something. 11 surgery on my ankle from compound fracture, and in jail, back home surgery after surgery to learn to walk when I did it so uncomfortable until recently did what she mentioned, found my outlet. That's good. That's good. Keep pushing. Keep pushing.
Absolutely.
Because
No.
that's what happened. Like, Is the thing is, as much, confidence that I don't have in self, in a sense, one thing that I always knew is that I was going to walk. Because, like, when I tell my story, like I say, I remember talking to the doctor, and I was very highly medicated, but he's talking and he's saying all these big words, and I couldn't understand, I couldn't grasp what was going on. But the
Yeah.
only thing I could think of is, am I going to walk again? And I asked him, I said, am I going to walk again? And he
Mm-hmm.
was like, yeah, you will walk again. We don't know how long it's going to be. You will walk. And I'm like, okay, you do your job and I'm going to do my job. Like, when he told me, pretty much when that thought that I wasn't paralyzed, because like I said, I didn't know what was going on. From that
Yeah.
moment that he said, you going to walk, I'm like, okay, I'm going to walk. There was never a doubt in my mind. And then I had people, some people would say to me like, oh, well, you may walk with a limp, or, oh, you may do this. I'm like, did these people talk to the doctor? Like, they went to the
Mm-hmm.
doctor? Like, did I miss something? Because in my mind,
Yeah.
he said I'm gonna walk, so I'm walking like Danita just was walking before. Like, I don't know what you
Come
talking
on.
about,
Come
like
on.
that was my mindset. Like limp where, like, but I have a lot of little different things that's within my walk now, that I just learned how to swag with it a little bit. But for the
Yeah.
most part, like, I would say I'm about 85% out of the
That's
100.
good.
So
That's good.
I'm proud of myself, and I have this one little twitch that I'm going to overcome, or at least I'm going to try to. And
Yep.
and if it doesn't happen, I can't say I didn't try. So I want to
Exactly.
step out of that fear of just looking at it and just saying, like, I want to do this. Nah, I'm going to do this, and
Yeah.
we're going to see what comes up with it. And that's that. I'm not going to live in that regret, like, if I would have worked it out a little bit more, this could have happened. No, I'm going to work it out, and we're going to see.
Mm-hmm.
Because my doctor, when he sees me now, we looked at a video that was like 2 years ago, and he was like, this was great to me, like, oh my God, like, this was great. And I was like, that is a mess. It was a mess. I'm like, oh my God. And everybody was so proud, but you know, it was steps at a time. Like, I'm like, all
You
right, but like now,
challenging yourself to be better at that
yeah,
time. Like
and then I see
that.
myself now, and I'm like, all
Mm-hmm.
right, like, he didn't expect this. He didn't expect it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like,
Wow.
I'm like, yeah, you didn't know me. I
Wow.
was like, when you saw me, I was in a bad place when you met me. You didn't know
Yeah.
that. You didn't know that confidence, that competitiveness. That's what I had. I was a sports player, so it was a competition. Like, it was me versus me. Now let's
Period.
like, we're gonna win. Like, we're gonna
Period.
win, and that was it. Like, we're gonna
Period.
walk,
Yes.
and that was that. There was no if, ands, or buts. We're gonna walk. You said we're gonna walk. We're gonna walk, and that's what I'm doing. Yup.
That's awesome. Me versus me. Look, I love that because I'm reading a good book. I thought I had it in here, but it's called Killing Comparison because that's something that a lot of us deal with. But that's what she's talking about because we're on social media, we look at other people, we look at other
Right.
things. We are always critiquing them versus us, but at the end of the day, it's you versus you. Because your story is not meant to be like someone
Right.
else's. Like what you have experienced is not going to be the same as someone
Right.
else because your purpose is different than someone else's.
Right.
So it is me versus me, and I'm gonna do it. And I love when you said that, and I'm gonna do it. And that's a good mantra. Like I'm just gonna do it.
Yeah, that's it.
But you might want to steal this, but my mom is on here too, and she's a reverend. But she said this. She said, "Your derailment didn't derail your destiny."
I like that. Thank
I
you. Thank you. I like that.
thought you would. And my aunt, who connected me with you, said, "So godly proud of you sharing and being so transparent. You are a true testimony of perseverance mentally, spiritually, and emotionally." Look, they know how to say some words in my
Yes,
family.
I appreciate the love. I appreciate the love, y'all.
And somebody said you can accomplish anything you put your mind to. That was overpaid
Yes.
underscore beauty. Okay, so you can see the comments because sometimes I get on here with
I
people, they be like,
appreciate it,
I can't
friend.
see the
I
comments.
appreciate it.
But that's all I have for you, Danita. I'm so excited about everything that's to come for
I appreciate
you. Nothing but great things to come, nothing but amazing things on their way if they haven't already started to pour in.
I
But
appreciate you giving me the opportunity to be on here. I appreciate that. And having our
absolutely, and I'm
conversation
grateful to my
together.
aunt.
Yes.
Thank you for connecting us.
Thank
She
you.
was like, her
Thank you.
story is so powerful. Like, she was like, you gotta have her on this friend session. Like, so I was like, okay, just give me your number
Right.
and we going. We doing this.
I appreciate it.
So thank you again.
Thank
Thank you to everybody who's watching and all of her followers, my followers that came on. I appreciate we appreciate the support.
you.
And I will send you the live too once we finish, so that way you can send it out to anyone else who missed it. But this was the free in session, and we will see y'all in the next one. It'll be Friday,
All right.
Friday at
Need it
7. So take
stronger. God is stronger. Y'all have a good night.
yes, good night.
Good night. Thank you.
Bye bye.